Prabhudas Lilladher joins us. Amisha, good afternoon to you and thank you for joining us. Amisha, what explains today's serious unwinding in the entire mid-cap space? Just about everything and anything in the high beta space is down by 5 to 7%.
I agree. I think it should be a mix of things, nothing which defines why today, but I think a mix of things like some of the broader cues which are coming, which are linked to both, wholesale price, CPI, also how the IIP numbers looked, which to some extent defies immediate rate correction. Then a spate of some news regarding, some of the older issues which used to happen in the earlier regime regarding some of the corporate groups and CBI, and all those things are coming, which I think to some extent is impacting the sentiment and probably making people feel that it's going to take little time. Also result acted more as a reality check that yes, how far probably is the improvement, particularly all this high beta, which is largely from say infrastructure or capital goods or real estate. The recovery there is likely to happen, but the ground reality is really difficult and challenging. So immediate quarter, like what happened in this June quarter, was bound to be very, very severe and the harshest quarter, and that's what also is spooking the sentiment for the time being. So I think then it leads to a kind of a chain reaction, a little bit of unwinding, also then triggers a good amount of churn when a lot of HNI or weak hands had entered the markets. I think that's where the unwinding is happening. I think one more point to be added here is whatever few QIPs happened a while back, unfortunately, since the day of the QIP, none of the stocks within these high beta category did anything well, and the investors globally also who participated in huge QIPs lost between 10, 15 or more kind of a percentage. So that also, impacts sentiment on these high beta stocks a lot.
So, Amisha, are you making a case that for the moment Indian markets are stuck between rock and hard surface and we are not going anywhere? Locally triggers are not there and globally markets are in a risk-off mode?
To some extent, I would say that we need that. There was a lot of expectation built around those big bang things to happen, which can take not immediately India out from just 4.5%, 5% to 6%, but puts us on a very sustainable recovery path or over a medium period. So those big bang things is something which is a must at this juncture to keep the sentiment alive, while fundamentals will take its own time. The moment that mismatch will occur or any such global event which will impact flows will occur, we will see a kind of correction which we are seeing, or maybe will continue for a while. That's not difficult to visualize.
Right. Ms. Vora, afternoon. We've seen a sharp correction, like you said, because there's a bit of a disjoint between the ground realities and the way the stocks have moved up over the last quarter or so. But do you think then, for someone who missed the bus the first time round, this is probably a good investment opportunity? Once again, you've got a fair bit of correction that's already come into some of the quality infrastructure stocks, capital goods stocks, especially from the mid-cap end as well. So would you advise one to probably take a look at those names?
So I would say that, yes, this correction may continue a little more, not impossible, but yes, this will be the time to look at it, because see, up till now in last 3 months, we have been talking about infrastructure, but we have not yet seen those big contracts getting out and being lapped up by the corporates or even select corporates, and the whole cycle getting turned even in infrastructure sector, where more consumption, more hiring, all that is not yet seen. It's just being talked about. So all these corrections provides definitely an opportunity to look at sound companies who can grab the oncoming opportunity. That's a must to, as a qualifier to invest, that who can really grab this opportunity. But yes, I would definitely agree that all these corrections are a good time to acquire for all those who have been left out, or to average those who have already entered.
So, what is a good value buy in this kind of a market? What are you telling your clients to buy?
So, we are looking at from large cap perspective. If I just first start and then we go down mid cap a bit more, we think that within the first, looking at the not capital goods but say infra engineering side, Larsen definitely will continue to be a must in the portfolios, and some of these dips or corrections should be looked at to look at this stock, because the competition, the way it has been, not demolished but has succumbed to the circumstances, Larsen will stand a very good chance to grab good select orders, we believe at reasonably good margins, and that's what, so the good balance sheet will come to play now when the competition balance sheet is impacted very badly. So that continues to be one of the top picks within the large cap. We also believe that the recovery cycle will gradually start playing out. Of course, we see some hiccups and some unfortunate hiccups like what happened recently with the banking side and CBI and all that. That dampens the sentiment completely.
Right.
But we still feel that private sector bank like ICICI Bank looks very interesting.
Right.
And as we move forward, we do like auto and cement. So the top picks being ACC and...
Okay, so it continues to be the big names that Ms. Vora right there is recommending. ICICI Bank as well as L&T, she said it has to be a must in one's portfolio. Thanks so much, Amisha, for taking out the time and joining in for that conversation on how one can capitalize on this correction that we've had in today's markets. But let's keep it with earnings as well, and a very interesting name. Jyoti Laboratories came out with its earnings earlier on in the day and a stellar set of numbers. The top line grew a good 16%, but it was the bottom line that showed us a breathtaking move up 72%, and you had profits come in at 42 crore rupees for this quarter for a Jyoti